Hello and welcome back to the Trainers of the World Tournaments. I'm your host, DeltaTDS, and today we've got the Aether President Lusamine going up against the Hoenn Gym Leader Liza. We've seen Liza before back in round 1, match 7, where she took on Pokemon Trainer Hugh after dodging, I think, 30 Hydro Pumps or something like that. But today she stands up against the president of the Aether Foundation, Lusamine, who's got a Nihilego. Lusamine's gimmick is a Z Crystal, as Liza has a Mega Gardevoir. Once these trainers are ready, we can begin match 71 and see just who will come out on top today. Lusamine leading off with the Clefable, as Liza leads off with that Lunatone. Going immediately for that Hypnosis and landing it, of course, as it starts to stack up cosmic powers. Clefable going for that Z Cosmic Power, getting an extra special defense boost. Hypnosis missing once again. It's the second miss we've seen. Or well, the first actual miss, I think. Psychic not gonna do a lot to that Lunatone. Clefable switching to the Miss Magius as a Hypnosis lands once again. And Ice Beam will do a third of Miss Magius's health. But a crit Shadow Ball will annihilate that Lunatone. 7 turns in, we've got our first KO. Liza sending in that Xatu. I honestly don't remember much about this Xatu. Miss Magius taking Xatu down to the sash as Xatu lands a Thunder Wave, paralyzing that Miss Magius. This is the second status this Pokemon has had in 10 turns. Heat Wave gonna do a third as Power Gym finishes off that Xatu. Liza is down 2 Pokemon as Lusamine still has her full 6, albeit some not in good conditioning, but there's still 6 Pokemon. Liza sending out that Gothitail. Miss Magius going for that Shadow Ball, getting a special defense drop as Gothitail goes for Charge Beam and gets that special attack boost. Shadow Ball with a crit will take out that Gothitail, as it's unable to make use of that Charge Boost or Charge Beam boost. Mystical Fire gonna deal about 40% to that Bronzong as it sets up a Trick Room. And Iron Head will finish off that Miss Magius, taking out Lusamine's first Pokemon. She sends in that Beware, terrifyingly cuddly Pokemon. Zen Headbutt will do 30% as Darkest Lariat will take out that Bronzong. Liza is down to 2 Pokemon left, Gardevoir and Claydol. Beware with the Darkest Lariat dealing just under 2/3 to Claydol. Claydol's weakness policy activating as it gets a Body Press on. And Darkest Lariat will finish off that Claydol as the Trick Room finally ends. Gardevoir tracing the Fluffy ability. Very useful ability to trace, especially against a Pokemon like Beware. Hyper Voice gonna finish off that Beware as this Gardevoir is just sitting here looking pretty, ready to wreak havoc. Lusamine sending out that Clefable Psychic's gonna deal over half to that Clefable as it sets up a Cosmic Power. Another Psychic will do a third as Moonlight will heal it up. Shadow Ball doing less as it sets up another Cosmic Power. This Gardevoir is just hoping and praying for a crit. Will-O-Wisp gonna miss as Clefable goes for a Moonblast, dealing under half. Another Moonblast takes Gardevoir down to 12%. And Hyper Voice will do 40% as Moonblast finishes off that Gardevoir. And Lusamine takes game number 1. Yeah, we didn't see 3 of Lusamine's Pokemon in that game. What half of her team can do is still a mystery. As Liza's team, I think she can make it work. But once these trainers are ready, we can begin game number 2. I don't believe we saw the Nihilego, Lopunny, or Milotic from Lusamine. So still 3 elements of surprise here, as Lusamine does lead off with that Lopunny, and Liza with the Xatu. Lopunny getting a Dizzy Punch in as it dodges Xatu's Thunder Wave. Another Dizzy Punch will take out that Xatu. Liza is sending out that Bronzong. Fire Punch is going to deal over half to that Bronzong, as Bronzong sets up that Trick Room. And Iron Head almost takes out the Lopunny, but another Fire Punch will take out Bronzong, and the Rocky Helmet damage being enough to take out Lopunny. Liza sending out the Lunatone, Lusamine sending out that Nihilego. Lunatone missing the Hypnosis as Grasslat deals just about 2/3 to Lunatone, and another Hypnosis miss will lead to Lunatone falling, as Nihilego gets that Beast Boost. Probably the only one of the tournament we will see, or I guess only Pokemon in the tournament we'll see it with. Claydol going for Earthquake will take out the Nihilego as the Twisted Dimensions return to normal. Lusamine sending out that Mismagius. Shadow Ball is going to deal a little over 2/3 to Claydol, activating that Weakness Policy as Claydol goes for a Trick Room. This thing is now I was gonna say this thing was the fastest thing here, but looks like Claydol used Explosion, but forgot that was a normal type move. Oh, okay. Mismagius going for Shadow Ball. Gothitail going for its own Shadow Ball. Clefable going for that Z Cosmic Power, getting that extra special defense boost against Gothitail's Charge Beam. Gothitail going for another Shadow Ball as Moonblast will deal 42% to that Gothitail. Moonblast will take out that Gothitail as Gardevoir is sent out here tracing the Magic Guard from Clefable. Clefable is sitting here with +1 in Special Defense and Defense. Gardevoir Mega Evolving going for Hyper Voice, dealing 46% to that Clefable as it heals up 50%. Another Moonblast will deal about 40% to Gardevoir as a third Hyper Voice does finish off that Clefable. It's now Gardevoir against 2 more Pokemon. Lusamine sending out that last mystery Pokemon, Milotic. Hyper Voice gonna deal a third to Milotic as it goes for Icy Wind and slows down Gardevoir. These two are slowly chipping each other down with Icy Wind and Psychic. Though I do believe with 2 more Icy Winds, Milotic will take out that Gardevoir. This Gardevoir is insanely slow right now. Another Icy Wind will take out the Gardevoir, and that means Lusamine takes match number 71. Lusamine will be moving on to round 3, where she will be facing off against the winner of tomorrow's match between Glacia and Erica. Thank you so much for watching, and until then, take care.